What is up, you guys? It's Adria LeVay. I know it's been a minute, but I'm back in it, and today we're gonna make another hexagon cardigan, the Hex 2 cardigan, because y'all went crazy for the last one. This one is so flowy, so drapey, so comfy. You're gonna want to make one. This is in pair with the actual written pattern, and we have not 3, not 5, but 9 sizes with all the measurements you need, so you know exactly what size you need to make for yourself, for a friend, to sell, whatever is clever. In this video, I'll be making this super cute sample size, and I'll give you step-by-step direction on how to get a perfect size for you if you don't grab it. So I have my 5mm hook and my weight for a yarn. Like I mentioned before, I will be making a mini version with all the steps that's in the pattern. So we're going to start by making a magic circle. Now if you don't know how to make a magic circle, just chain 4 and slip stitch in the first stitch. So I'm just going to make my magic circle. Let's move it. I'm going to chain 3. And we're working inside the ring. We're going to make 3 double crochets. Chain 4. I'm going to make 4 double crochets inside the ring. Chain 4. I'm going to repeat that 4 more times for a total of 6 clusters. Now, throughout the video in the pattern, when I mention clusters, that means the group of 4 double crochets. So we're going to repeat this step 4 more times for a total of 6 clusters. Okay, so after that last cluster, chain 4. I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. Now we're going to chain 5. And we're going to work an increase in the chain 4 space. When I mention increase throughout the video pattern or so, that's 4 double crochets, chain 4, 4 double crochets. Chain 2, and then you're going to increase again. You're going to repeat this 4 more times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll meet you when I'm back here, and we have this one little space left. Okay, so you might start seeing your hexagon to scrunch up like the other video and the other hexagon pattern. That is absolutely fine. So we have this one little chain 4 space left. After that chain 2, you're going to place 4 double crochets, chain 4, and then 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. So that beginning chain 5, that's 1 double crochet and a chain 2. And now we're going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain of that chain 5. So 1, 2, right here. And we just completed round 2 of the hexagon. It might look a little funny now, but trust me, you know I always got you. Now let's move on to round 3. So round 3, we're going to chain 5. We're going to double crochet into the first double crochet of the first cluster. So right here, the cluster is made out of 4 double crochets. Throughout the pattern, we'll be working in that first double crocheted cluster or the last. So I'll just show you what I mean. We're going to double crochet into that first double crochet of that cluster. We're going to chain 2, increase in the chain 4 space. That's the 4 double crochets, chain 4, 4 double crochets. Now chain 2, and we're going to place 1 double crochet in the last double crochet of this cluster. So you skip those 3 double crochets, double crochet in that last double crochet. Chain 2, chain 2. And now we're going to repeat that step. So let's do it together. Double crochet in that first double crochet of the cluster. Chain 2. Increase and chain 4 space. Chain 2. And then we double crochet in that last double crochet of that next cluster. And now we're going to repeat that all the way up until we get to this last chain 4 space. So I'm going to finish here, and then we're going to work on this one together. I have 1 more chain 4 space left. So I just did my chain 2 and double crochet in that last double crochet. We're going to go into that first double crochet, chain 2, increase. Now we're going to chain 2 and slip stitch into the 3rd chain of that chain 5 space. So that finished round 3. So let's try to get a little looky here. And now we're gonna work on round 4. So moving right into round 4, we're gonna chain 5. And now this is where you kind of see the hexagon 4 minutes pattern and all that good stuff. We're going to double crochet right into the next double crochet. Chain 2. Double crochet in the next double crochet, which is the first of that cluster. Chain 2. And increase in the chain 4 space. And then we chain 2, and remember, double crochet in that last double crochet of the cluster. Chain 2, double crochet in the next double crochet. Chain 2, double crochet in the next double crochet. And we're going to repeat that. And we're going to repeat those same exact steps until we get to the starting chain 5. So let's just do that next one together. Chain 2. Double crochet in the first double crochet. Chain 2. Increase. Chain 2, we'll double crochet in the last double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in the next double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in the next double crochet, chain 2. Remember, we're going to repeat those same exact steps all the way around till we get to that starting chain 5 space. So I'll meet you when I'm done with this increase. Alright, so I just finished the increase in that last chain 4 space. I chained 2, and like how we've been doing, double crochet in the last double crochet of the cluster, chain 2, and slip stitch into the third chain of the chain 5. So you see the pattern going on? Basically was expanding everything. It was, of course, it increases in the design with that mesh kind of look is when we double crochet in the first and last of the clusters, and pretty much the same formula. So let's move on to row 5, and basically row 5 will be the repeat that you'll use to make your hexagon bigger. Chain 5, double crochet in the next double crochet. All right, let me boop 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 boop. Okay, chain 5, double crochet in that first double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in the next, chain 2, double crochet in that first double crochet the cluster, chain 2, increase. I live in New York, so just kind of always gonna be loud. Double crochet in that last double crochet, and we're gonna repeat the same steps. You'll always chain 2 and double crochet in the next until that first cluster. And your increase after that chain 2, your increase in that chain 4 space. So it's really the same steps with repeating row 5 to the amount of rows that you need. I'm just doing a sample in this video, but in the pattern you'll see I list all the rows and how many rows you need from extra small to 5XL. So make sure you check that out. Now repeat row 5 to the size that you need, and I'll meet you back when I'm done with my row 5. So I am coming to the end of round 5. I chain 2 and slip stitch into the third chain of the starting chain 5. I'm probably going to put round 5 on the row because that is the row that you repeat to expand your hexagon. All the amount of rows that you need for every single size is listed in the pattern. So I'm just going to do a couple of more rows for this sample, and then we're going to move on to the sleeve. Do not fasten off after you have the right amount of rows for your half of the hexagon. So finish up your rows. If you don't want to buy the pattern, you could just wing it with just expanding the rows, folding it, see how it fits on you. Or it's just really best to just get the pattern and follow along. I'll be back when I'm done with a couple of more rows. Okay, so I did a couple of rows for this sample. Now, after you finish the amount of rows you need for your size, whether extra small, 5XL, do not fasten off. We're going to jump to work right into the sleeve. So how we do that? So we're going to chain 5. Double crochet in the first double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in the next, and we're going to repeat until we get to the first cluster. So after that chain 2, place 1 double crochet in that first double crochet of that cluster, chain 2, and 1 double crochet in the last, chain 2, and now we're going to double crochet in the third chain of the chain 4 and the third chain of the chain 4 on the same side. So we're going to go into both. Let me zoom in. we're gonna yarn over, go into that third chain in that chain 4 space, and on the same side, that third chain, and then complete your double crochet. So that is forming a sleeve and a round. Chain 2, double crochet in that first double crochet of the cluster, chain 2, double crochet in that last, chain 2, double crochet in the next, and repeat that until we get to that chain 5 space. Now after that chain 2, slip stitch into the third chain of that starting chain 5, chain 5, and now working in that round, we're just going to do our double crochet, chain 2, and repeat until you get to the chain 5 here. So once you get back to that chain 5, after that chain 2, you slip stitch into the third chain, and you'll just repeat those steps, starting with chaining 5. You repeat this until about 2 inches less than your desired length, because you want to save some room for your cuff. And right in the pattern, you'll see that extra small will go to a total of 9 rounds for the sleeve, small 8, medium 8, and so on and so forth. Everything is listed in the pattern for the amount of rows. So I'm going to do a few more rows and I'll be back so we can work on the cuff. After you finish your sleeve extension, you want to chain up 3 and double crochet in each double crochet. Just place 1 double crochet in each double crochet till you get to that starting chain 3. After that last double crochet, just slip stitch into the second chain of the chain 3, chain 3, and now we're going to do the front post, back post. So front post double crochet, and then back post double crochet. I believe I did this with the first hexagon cardigan, or definitely a couple of ones. It's like kind of one of my favorite ribbings. And front post, back post, just repeat until you get to that chain 3 that we started with. So back at that chain 3, slip stitch in the second chain, chain up 3, and you're gonna repeat the same steps with front post and back post double crochets. We're doing a total of 4 rows for the cuff. So after this row, I'll do 2 more, and I'll be back when I'm done with the cuff. Okay, so we have a total of 4 rows for the cuff. So after that last row, you chain 1 and you just fasten off. This is how it's looking so far. That's how the hexagon is looking. That's the sleeve. And now we're going to work on the back extension. So I'm going to just flip it this way. For the back extension, we're going to attach our yarn at the bottom corner of the back. Alright, so we attach our yarn, chain up 4, and we'll be working up this way. So I'll just turn it. Okay. So now I'm just going to work along this way. Place 1 double crochet in each double crochet from the cluster of 4. Chain 2 and double crochet. Oop. Chain 2. And just repeat until we get to the group of 4 right here. So I'll meet you when we get right here. After that last double crochet and chain 2, double crochet in each double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in the chain 4 space. So after that, chain 4, turn. Now working on row 2 of the back extension, double crochet in each double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Repeat all the way down back to that group of 4. After that, chain 2, double crochet in each double crochet, chain 2 and double crochet in the chain 4 space. So I'm going to just repeat this one more time. Each size have a different amount for the back extension, which is all listed in the pattern. So as you can see in the pattern, you'll repeat this row for a total of 3 for extra small, 3 for small, 4 for medium, so on and so forth. So I'll be back once I'm done with this back extension. Okay, so I finished the back extension. Now you will do the same steps for the front extension, but the front extension is only for sizes large to 5XL. So you can see all the numbers that you need to see for how many rows you need to do for the front extension. So as you see in the pattern, large, you'll do 2 rows for the front extension, extra large 2 rows, so on and so forth. But extra small, small, and medium, there will be no front extension. So after you finish your back extension and your front extension, you're going to seam your shoulder. Now your front extension will be shorter, which is absolutely fine, and that's what you need. And you just match it up, that chain 4 space with this chain 4 space and the clusters with the other clusters, and just seam along the sleeve. So you could use a whip stitch or a mattress stitch. Okay, so after you finish your first hexagon, you did your back extension, front extension for the certain sizes, seam the sleeve, did the cuff, did your thing, you're gonna make one more. So when you have 2, it's gonna look like the same side. All you have to do is just turn one side inside out, and now it will look like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just seam this right down. I'll be right back so we can get right into the border. Okay, so I seam the hexagons using the mattress stitch, and when you seam, just make sure the double crochets and the chains is lining up. Look how cute it's coming out. Look at the back. This little diamond is formed. Like, how cute. We're gonna be cute. Alright, so boom, moving on to the border. Okay, so now we're gonna jump right into the border. We're gonna attach our yarn at the bottom right corner, right here in the chain 4 space. And we're gonna be working across the bottom. Chain 2, double crochet in each double crochet from the cluster, double crochet in the chain 2 space, double crochet in the next double crochet, and double crochet in chain 2 space, and repeat all the way down so you get to this cluster right here before the seam. So double crochet in chain 2 space and on top of each double crochet from the previous row. I'll meet you when I get right back here. Okay, so I'm at the cluster. Just place 1 double crochet in each double crochet in this chain space, double crochet in the next chain space, double crochet on top of the next double crochet. Double crochet in the next double crochet. Double crochet in the chain space. And you'll double crochet in the seam and just repeat the same steps all the way down. So just working a double crochet in the chain spaces and on top of the double crochets, one in each cluster. Repeat the same exact steps all the way down to the chain space. Here, the chain 4 space. We'll place one double crochet in that space, and I'll meet you when we're back here. So just repeat the same exact steps. Okay, so I'm wrapping up the border. Once you get to this chain space, place a double crochet in the chain. Now we're gonna chain 2. Turn your work. I'm gonna double crochet in the first stitch. And front post, back post in each stitch into the last stitch. I'll meet you guys when I'm at the last stitch. Okay, so after you do your last stitch, the chain is left. Place one double crochet at the top of that chain. Chain 2. And you're just going to repeat that row one more time. So go ahead and repeat that row one more time. Placing a back post double crochet wherever it's a back post and a front post wherever there is a front post. So I'll meet you back when I'm done. So once you get to that last stitch, just place one double crochet in that last stitch, chain 1, and you're going to fasten off. So let's get into how it's looking. So this is the bottom border, and now we're going to work on this border, which is super simple. So let's get to it. So for this neckline border, we're going to attach the yarn right at the bottom corner. Chain up 2. So we're placing one double crochet in each row from the border. One double crochet in the chain space. Double crochet in each double crochet from the cluster. The heat in my house is whoosh, hoo hoo hoo. All right, boom, 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 boom. And we're gonna follow the same steps from the bottom border. One double crochet in each chain space and one double crochet on top of each double crochet chain space, double crochet in the seam, and just follow the same exact steps for the bottom border. Okay, so I placed one double crochet in each row of the border. This is the first row, and you just chain 2, work one double crochet in the first stitch, and we're going to front post, back post, just like how we did the bottom border. And I'll meet you when I get back. So same exact thing like the bottom border. Okay, so I finished the last stitch, and we're going to double crochet in that chain just to even things out. Chain 2. Double crochet in that first stitch, and then we're going to front post, back post one more time, and I'll meet you when I'm done with this row. After that last row, for your neckline border, you chain 1 and fasten off. Look how cute. It forms this little diamond. You can have so much fun with this. Look at the back. The back is like my favorite. This diamond. Do some colors, change the texture, try different weights of yarn. Do it up. Right. Woo! And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for supporting all this time. With love always, and I'll see you in my next video. See you in my next video. Bye.